the council meeting order. We ask Reverend Young to lead us in prayer. And we ask everyone to stand and after the invocation to the next session.
Acknowledge that you are awesome, God, and wonderful creation. And we look on God as we come before your presence. We actually look on every heart and every mind. Look on the city vision, the mayor, the councilman, and everyone with the citizen of the city. We actually just pray for healing and deliverance and bind us together with force of love that cannot be broken. We actually look on everyone today, God, and just with the issues that we come before to everyone. We actually just help us to make good decisions. The good decisions are made to everyone who we have. We give you the honor, glory, and praise in Jesus' name. Amen.
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We ask those that have electronic devices, if you would turn them off, place them on vibrate, or silent. Those that are here to appear before the council, you have 3 minutes to address the council. First time. His staff is here. And
Chantel Tate.
My name is Chantel Tate. I'm the owner of 309 East Front Road, located at the corner of Crack Highway and Front Road. I'm here today for 2 reasons. Number one is to obtain your approval of opening a place club where women can come with their friends and enjoy their family. Number two is the payment of my liquor license. I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself so you know who I am. I'm a mother to 6 beautiful children. Me and my husband are known to be hard workers and determined. My husband would have been here today, but he's currently in San Francisco with the company he works for, the Navy System. As for me, I'm an LPN for the state of Alabama and Florida. I work at Norwood Point Assisted Living. I'm currently enrolled at Pensacola State College to further my education. Me and my husband currently own 7 houses. 4 of them are located in the city of Prichard. About 2 years ago, we purchased our first commercial building, which is one that's in question now. We bought the property and we saved money, fixed it up, and put a little money aside, sacrifice. And now we're in a place where we're ready to start business, and that is why I'm here today. The last time in the meeting, the concern that was brought up was the neighbors and how they feel about opening up such a business. So I decided to go around, me and my husband, to talk with neighbors and get their opinion on opening up the club. I also obtained a petition for them to sign for the ones that did agree. I'd say at least about 95% of the ones that I did was they could see did agree with it. There were some that was not at home at the time.
Yes. We have some people here that's on the agenda that would like to come and speak, and we also have petitions that's written, and that would be Ms. Annie Davis and Sophia Gatlin and Mr. Matt Knight. And if Mr. Knight is not here, I'd like to get the permission of the chair so that Mr. Woods and Pastor Roberts is here from the Antioch Church in the community. And he also has his assistant pastor with him also. With permission, I would like to have them come up and speak for the community.
Yes, ma'am. You bring it up. The people at the top will just register to be up there.
With, Miss Annie Davis. And with, Reverend.
I have it that night, but yet, she informed me she probably wasn't gonna make it, that's why she told me to put it that night.
Hi, this is Annie Davis. I'm a resident of Chickasaw Parish. I've been there going on 39 years. I've seen the city in the beginning, I've seen it today. We have children in that community. We have beautiful children. The only thing that strikes me is, why would you want to put a strip joint in our community when you would not put a community center in our community? These are our babies. This is what we live. And we've been living there a long time. We deal with a lot of things. We deal with snakes, we deal with rats. We deal with people coming in our community to sell their goods. And that's not good. We deal with one gunfire. I get on the floor, and I'm crippled. And it's hard for me to get up off the floor. I have two beautiful babies, 1 and 3 years old. They love to come to Granny's house. That's my house. And I love for them to come. But y'all don't understand. We deal with a lot, and we're tired. I've gotten old there. You understand me? This is our community. I don't mean this lady no ill will, and I don't. But this is where we live, people. This is where they're going to carry me with. This is what I'm leaving a legacy to my children and my grandbabies. Don't do this to us. We got enough to deal with. Amen. You don't know what it is when you hear rapid gunfire. You wonder, we don't live in Afghanistan. We don't live in Kuwait. We don't live in Iraq. I live in the city of Prichard. We are citizens. And all of our babies, they are citizens. They are future voters. Give us something that is good, concrete, to develop them into citizens like me. You understand me? I'm sorry. I understand that you want your business, but these are our homes. This is where we're living. I don't know if you can understand this. It's my understanding that you live in a community. You have children in it. You wouldn't want anybody stripping in your community. We have churches. Do y'all realize we have daycare? We got daycare on Tunnel Road. Now on Tunnel Road, we got daycare on Telegraph. We got a daycare on Crown. We have churches. It's not the best place in the world to live, but it's home. And it's our only home. I'm not going any place. I'm going to be there. And hopefully, you don't give it to them. Remember, we are surrounded with beer, wine, cigarettes. We live in a community where we have a package store here, package store on Tunnel Road. We got a package store on Telegraph. We got 2 package stores on Craft Highway, right across from there. They all sell beer and wine. We don't need whiskey in there too. We cannot deal with whiskey. Because we cannot deal with the crazy. They're going to come to our neighborhood. I know what's going on. And long after these people have locked their doors, and the security people have gone home, guess what? We're still there. And those people are going to still be there. And we got to deal with those people too. So please, if it's anywhere within your conscience, if you please for nothing else. We don't ask this city for nothing. Just give us our neighborhood. We'll clean it up. We're doing a good job. You understand? I'm sorry, lady, but this is where I live. And this is where I plan to die. You understand me? I will put it in your neighborhood. And please, don't put it in mine.
Mr. Robinson?
Good evening. My name is James Robinson, I'm pastor of A.R. Missionary Baptist Church, 350 Chandler Street. Standing in the church door, you can look straight down the street and see the building, basically, that is being asked to turn into a business that is not producing for the neighborhood. I don't think I can come up with anything more eloquent than what basically has already been said. There is a problem in this neighborhood of trying to make the neighborhood fit for the children who basically have to walk through the neighborhood to get to the church, and not only walk through the neighborhood to get to the church, but to get back home safely. Council of years we've been striving to try to get all of the condemned houses around the church torn down because they created a problem. We've been trying to run the people off of the corners who stand selling drugs. At one point in time, we had a problem with them even coming on the church parking lot, selling at the end of the corner. So we're already perplexed with many problems, trying to set an environment in place and have an environment that our children can basically see that Chickasaw Terry is something that they can basically be proud of. I have not heard the gunfire that was spoken of, and what most of my members tell me is, Reverend, the reason you haven't heard it is because you leave at a certain time. What you need to do is to come back late in the evening, and you will experience some of the things that we basically experience. So again, I'm a person who loves to see people go off into business, but this is not a business that we feel would be beneficial to our neighborhood, to our young people who we're trying to set the proper example for. I'm not going to deal with moral issues. That's another whole story, but we do not feel like this would be something that would be beneficial to our neighborhood. We again ask that you not permit this to be a part of the problems that we already have in the neighborhood.
My name is Jimmy Woods. I'm here in the place of Miss McGatney. I'm sorry. Okay. What was that name? Basically, everything that's been said, except for a few things that I would like to say. I know that the family here wants to get this business here, but according to the way I see it, it's not going to do anything but draw more problems into our area. This is on East Turner Road. Already on East Turner Road, we have prolific drugs and prostitution deal going on. young ladies walking up and down the street 24/7. Drugs and so 24/7. Not only that, we have to deal with the uncleanliness along there, the grass not being cut, trash being thrown down, where anybody stop on the street. So I represent people coming through there late at night, going over to another neighborhood behind us, and you got paper plates, beer bottles, whiskey bottles, and everything else, elastics. All of these are on the street. Who cleans them up? Me and my wife. Because I work in clean areas, and I work hard. I clean 2 lots that is not mine, just to make sure that it is clean around our property. So we have all of these problems. And the other problems that we will encounter is more drugs and more prostitution. Because if you got an establishment like this, you got, they say it's women's only. Well, the men is gonna follow, and some of the women's gonna come in there, they aren't that clean, they gonna be wanting their drugs and whatever. And then you got all of that to consider. Then besides that, you have the problem of trying to get the police there. And, you know, we're understaffed, and we understand it. Sometimes it takes a long time to get an officer to your area when you call them. Sometimes it went to 45 minutes or an hour because they are somewhere else and they're scattered. So anything can be happening. So we're asking, as a matter of fact, the people in that area and in the district, would you please stand that is against just stand. Just to show you that we are really concerned about this situation. So, thank you. So, on behalf of the community, as it already been said, we just don't need this for the neighborhood. But we do need you to consider maybe building a rec center or some other thing in the neighborhood that will enhance the promotion of good moral living. Thank you very much.
Harris Jr.
Right, now my name's Lady Harris, 531 Street, I'm homeowner. And I was just on, well, I was at my neighbor's house when the problem came to me. The man that came to me was Mr. Williams, which is, I think, one of the late husbands. But he stayed way in Timacona somewhere. But he want to build a strip club in our community. But he's not realizing that our community is a heavy drug zone and prostitution. Every night, every day, we have shootings. Maybe once, twice a month, we have a drug walk. I'm just really tired of all the problems, really. So my neighbor, Annie Davis, she got petitions really started. She called and really got started. I'm just really against it. So I just don't want it all neighborhood.
Ms. Hayden, will you step back up to the mic, please? I also have a question for you, and I would like you to answer it best as you could. What positive benefit would this bring to the community and the neighborhood? What positive?
And the main positive that I can think of is that it won't won't be another dilapidated building. It won't be our history getting burned down or copper stolen out of it or whatever. The building was in bad condition when I bought it. This is our neighborhood too. This is my neighborhood too. I own this building. I'll always own this building as long as I feel fit. And I want to invest in this just as much as everybody else want to invest in it. And that's the main thing that I can see that would be a benefit for the community is that it won't be another dilapidated building. It won't be burned down. It won't be, as you already see, what I've done to the building is already better than what it was before. So, and there's more good things to come.
Okay, I have another question. How would you explain your business to a child that lives on that street? If they ask you.
Well, the same way I explained it to my children. My children, I don't hide anything from my kids. I think that's one of the main problems in today's society. Hide too much from our kids. If we don't teach them, they will learn it, whether it's from us or from
I
off the
asked you,
street.
how would you
I
explain it to me?
exactly the
How
way I
would you
explained it
explain it to me?
that
How
I'm
would you
opening up
say
a
it?
club for women.
Well, how would you explain what is the club for women and what is it? Go ahead and explain it dynamic. How would you explain it to the child?
Opening up a club for women. For women only, they can come and have a good time with their friends and socialize.
And if I was a child and I asked you, what are those women gonna do having fun?
Drinking, talking.
Drinking what,
shows.
mama? What are they gonna be drinking? Drinking what, mama?
And then we drink at home, alcohol. Yes, they do. If that's what they're I mean, I don't drink either, but I know that when we do have something, like bachelorette parties, I've been to baby showers that have, dance shows for women, and there are drinking that's going on. It's not like it's it don't happen. It happens. We all know that.
And the child is still curious. What is the stripping about? What is the stripping about? Why they take their clothes off? What are they doing? You're in a community where you have children that hears everything, like you say. You're in a community where they hear everything and children are curious. They want to know, and you gotta tell them the truth. You stand up there saying you don't hide anything from your children, and you're gonna have to tell them the truth. So now you're going to have to explain to that child why you're taking off your clothes. They only know when you take off your clothes, you need to be going to bed, taking a bath, taking a bath. They don't know about taking off your clothes for what you're talking about. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay, I just want to give you an understanding of what's going on in this room.
And I understand, but can I respond? What you're saying? Even though I know I live in Tilly's Corner, there's 3 strip clubs in my area, there's clubs in my area. It's not like just because you move to one area, this is the problem stop. It's just different calibers of strip clubs, which is more high scale. We got a strip club right up the street. It's just the point that it's just something different. It's not towards women's strippers. It's just towards
I don't mind.
that is everywhere you go.
I don't mind positive, different things, but there's nothing new up under the sun. It's just the fact of what you're doing and what you're bringing in. Now, you did not answer the question, please. But I think all the neighbors and the citizens know, and one thing I want to do is applaud you all for coming out. I want to applaud you all. You came out to the meeting. And me being the councilwoman, I'm supposed to be transparent. I'm supposed to take it to them and let them know what's going on. And the people has spoken. The people has spoken. And the demographic, wait a minute, the demographic area what you're trying to serve, you do not have the type of people to serve. You got elderly. Elderlies don't want to come to the strip club. And the young people, the children don't want, that's a young man right there. He don't even want to be involved with it. And with the problems that they are anticipating already, What can you add to the community except more on your problem? It's just be putting gasoline on the coal, and we'll have a problem. You know, I talked with you and I asked you if you would think of something productive that you could put there that could benefit the whole community. That way there would be no shame on this area, that area. Would not be any shame upon it. And it would not be bringing in negative stuff. We trying to weed out and seed in. And that is not a good seed to bring in amongst our babies and our elderly. I agree. They are old and comfortable in their home. So I said all that, and now I would like to. What I would like to do, I would like a motion, this motion, that Ms. Tate be denied her license to open up the Women Club at 309 East Turner Road.
I have a task. I tell you, it's hard being a president, but Captain Farron and other police today encourage me to hang in there. 3 years I've been involved with these 18-wheelers, and it's an old field in front of my house. That's where they stop me to they rest. And the young lady comes and meet them. And thank God, one night, one of the police was so nice. He came and wrote up a warning strip and said, if you come back again, you'll get a ticket of about $300. So that stopped that in the field. And I have a little thing like the city picking up trash and picking up all these little nasty things, you know what I'm saying? I'm saved, and the Holy Ghost still 45 years. I don't want that in front of me. So now, they come around my house, come down, Captain Leon, ride my door and blow it. I stopped with them. I said, you can't come through here like this. I'm one of the presidents. And I said, no, ain't no sign over here. The young lady right down the street is 3 young sisters. And there he is. Now he just started coming in with a double 18-wheeler. And they right down 2 houses from me. The young lady, he coming today. I called the police the other day. 45 minutes, no police showed. That 18-wheeler was on my street, standing up my street. And you can see the hole, they don't put some stuff over it. But somebody asked you to be a car going down because the hole is deep as deal from that man and me. Them 18-wheeler that made it. So now I got in my truck and followed them. And I stopped that really school. They pulled over and in that green apartment from Bustin' Laces, 3 young ladies down, and their girlfriends down there. And so I'm like the FBI, I don't go all the way, but I go so I'm so thankful. I've been asking over 9 months for a sign to keep them 18 years out. On Main Street, those people sick and old. And they drive day and night, Sunday and all. Jack Tate got a stove. He stopped and said, y'all don't make me people think you coming here. Stop coming on this street. So God fixed it the other day. He sent an angel by my house. And I thank God for Brother John Gray. He came and put the sign up, no new trucks. And Captain Leon Roberts and Mail Street, and everybody on Mail Street is shouting. 20 people signed that they tired of them trucks. Come to see them good. They bad, but we bad too. They will not be coming back on Mail Street. All of was coming today, and I said, y'all don't need to come. I can have it myself. God is so good that everybody sang. They all sang. Let them go somewhere else to see them good, but come see them in their car. You know what I mean? I can make that thing. Don't care about the street and have no line, horns blowing. They never picking at me, but they won't pick at me no more. Now, I thank Mr. John Gray. He said, you need any more sign, let me know. And the problem is God, and I thank God for you.
It's not hard. It's good when the problem is solved. And I hope and pray that it do. Because the same thing I was dealing with was the trucks coming through. But even with the sign up, it's not hard. Sad to tell you, they still go down there. So we just hope and pray that they will obey the sign on your end, because they definitely don't. I got 2 of them up there. And Mr. John put mine down too. But they still go that way. Me and my husband be sitting out in the yard, and we watch them turn down that way. I think they be taking care of little business down there like they be taking care of little business on your end. But unless we have the DOT down there, I believe, in order to stop them and write some tickets, they don't pay any attention to those no new truck signs. They just keep going. So we hope it works for you.
Excuse me, why did he say I want to keep a police sale number? Because the police won't come, I'm gonna get the chief.
A motion on the ordinance to amend the 2011-2012 uniform budget, ordinance, a motion to introduce the budget, introduce the ordinance. Councilwoman Young, this is the introduction of the ordinance. Yes, this man, hold on. You will introduce the ordinance. Yeah. Yes. Councilwoman Edwards? Yes. Councilman Easton?
Nay.
Councilwoman Harris? Yes. Councilman Towns?
Yes.
Ordinance introduced. I need a motion to approve ordinance to amend the ordinance of adopting 2011-2012 general fund budget.
Question to the motion, Chairman. On the ordinance, we had an opportunity on last Monday to delve a little bit deeper into the ordinance, and it was very productive. I do appreciate Rex being there as far as us trying to get a little bit better clarity. There were also some things that were discovered throughout the discussion that have not even been changed if we are even to move forward. Last week I had an opportunity to present to the council my thoughts and considerations regarding this ordinance in regard to the usage of the budget reserve. And it was also clarified on Monday during the meeting that this is not about getting new officers. This is about officers that are currently already on board that were hired without the council's authorization. And the attempt is to use the budget reserve to hire them, which has been clearly objected to, not only verbally, but also in writing. But in the aspect of trying to be supportive of whatever it is the mayor and the chief are trying to get accomplished, this ordinance is still not in its proper order, because it was also discovered that the monies that were supposedly identified to take care of school traffic officers would not be needed to the amount that it was specified in this agreement, simply because those school traffic officers will pretty much be out for the summer within the next 2 weeks. That has not been adjusted on this ordinance. So it is really not in its proper form, beyond the fact that, again, the fact of the matter still stands that these officers have already been hired. There's no additional money to bring anyone on unless there's an additional revenue to cover that cost. This is an issue of whether or not the council sees fit to approve the illegal hiring of officers that are already on staff. That's what the subject of the question is. So I still stand by that. It is in writing. It was made a matter of record last week, and that's the way it stands as such. But this ordinance is not even in its proper form. I have nothing further to say on it.
A budget is what it is, the budget is proposed to the council. Now, I have to give it to the council August 20th, and hopefully you all adopt it before October 1st of that year. These funds are budget reserves. I've always said you should have 2% in the budget reserve prior to adopting the budget. That's what these funds are, the reserve budget. Yes, we got extra officers. We need extra officers. Yes, we identified, as the law says, that the mayor should make a recommendation to the council to utilize certain funds from general areas to support certain initiatives, as this one does, it's paying for those officers. We got these officers that are here and that came to this city, they left off the job, to come here, and you saying that the money is here to take care of it. All we asking you to do as a council, to transfer the funds from one area to another, just like we do those correction funds that Mr. Porter was talking about. That comes within your authority. My authority is, from the administration, is to give you a proposal on what it would take to meet those needs. And when we sit up here talking about police officers and the problem we have in this city, I can't see how when I identified an area for the funding and propose it to you all, and we got the people that is willing to come to this city and work to keep our people safe, and you choose not to take this on. I don't understand. What are we going to do here, letting the money sit in the budget reserve? For what? While all the people out here suffer. For what? But I ask you as the council to support this initiative. I done said over and over again. I take care of politics on the street, but let's be about the people up in here. And I ask you all to support this so we can keep all the officers that we have. We have been out trying to get these people to come here to this city. It's been a long time before you can actually get some good quality officers that will really want to come to this city to work. You go around the personnel board, they almost have to change the rules for them to accept to go come to Prichard. But support this initiative. This is serious. I mean, all people are crying out.
Chair.
Falling down, shots being fired, somebody falling on the floor. Shoot. And you choose to use this as a game over people's lives. I don't understand.
Chair. This is a repeated conversation that is not going anywhere. I would love to support the mayor, and I do support his intent to do what he's doing. But for some reason, it's becoming remiss or absent in people's mind as to what we're really dealing with. And I don't know how to say it any clearer without creating a bigger mess or bigger stink about this issue. I can, but I'm not going to go there. And the more he makes unnecessary unjustification for it, I may be inclined to do it, but this situation is before the council improperly. Now, there's no explanation for that. And if he's got one, then I'd love to hear it. But he won't have one, because you cannot explain something that is unjust. Now, it's not even in its proper format. What is the discussion for? This is not about public safety. This is about doing things the right way, the legal way, the appropriate way. That has already been stated. That has already been clarified, made a matter of record. As I stated before, and I say it again, if you want this council to just move ahead and break the law, then just say it straight up. And don't paint it as a scene of trying to protect people's interests, right? We are all here for that. We all put our hand on the same Bible and swore to uphold the same oath of office. So let's get away from that. That's really not what's important. That's really not the issue here. The issue is doing this thing the right way. If it's done the right way, he has my support. He should know that. We've been here for 12 years together. He ought to know me and what I stand for. Now I want to support it. And I asked on Monday that a budget plan would be attached to this request so that the council can make the appropriate decision moving forward, not backward. I stand by that. When I see what I think is necessary to approve this request, we'll get this situation done. I have that first and second.
I would just like to ask the city clerk, is this ordinance presented in its proper form, where these line items will be transferred to from that one line? Is this not the proper form?
No, it is, but I think you said it's not, you have to amount. I think he's questioning, I think in the finance committee meeting, you're changing something. You wasn't.
No, school traffic officer, you indicated that your request was school traffic.
It could be reduced, if there's no proposal to do that.
Well, what did you think I was bringing up from this week?
As it usually is, just a discussion.
No, I was asking for action.
No. I told you
Let me say something. Let me say something. I'm not gonna argue with you. You know your job, and you know what I asked of you. I'm not here to play games. Either you were gonna provide the information, just wait. The council speaking. Please respect that. Either you're going to do what you know to do, which is your job, or it's nothing to discuss. You have not done what was requested of you. When you get the budget plan and you present it, you show justification for these expenditures, then I'll be more than happy to support the mayor and the chief on what it is they're trying to accomplish with this.
As I said,
Do we have a second? We're not gonna sit up here.
I do have to speak. I do have to speak to this. I really do.
It's incorrect.
I do have to speak to that. It's the only problem that my colleague has. And the fact is, number one, then I suggest remove it all. And let me just tell you why. My colleague served as president of the city council for a number of years. And this is not the first time that he's seen this, done that, and it has been done. Now, I am going to support it, and I'll tell you my reason why. Number one, the budget is being eaten up as far as overtime with a few officers that we have that is eating up the budget. Secondly, our officers are dead tired. And I don't know how long, you see, one thing about it, being a council, we take care of the law, we legislate, and I do know that. But also along with it, I think sometimes we tend to disrespect employees who go out and do the things that we ask them to do. And I always believe one thing, we can't tell them what to do, but we surely, by the fact that the mayor gave us the opportunity to go to them direct, that we can go to them. But one of the things I think, unless there's a reason not to, I mean a reason, this council needs to learn how to support the employees of these cities. But only thing I'm saying is, it has, I asked the attorney before, he is absent. And I would have him to repeat it, he said, will we be out of line if we accept it now? If it was done after the fact, then I think that then the mayor, that needs to be brought to the attention to him that is not to be done anymore. But I do know that my colleagues who have been, except for Mrs. Young, except for Mr. Tanner, that we have been here all this time, that there's many times they've done it before.
All right.
And right now, it's just like this fiasco that we see here. I wish that one thing would happen. Each one of us went out and said that we were asking
to them to support us and voted because we came to help the city to make it better. If you go back with some of us, my colleagues, they have been a negative force on this council since day. They bring in people, stage it, so they can get up in front on that mic in order to, number one, tear down employees, tear down the city, always something negative. And each one of us, me, my constituents call me. I get out and see about the problem being taken care of. I go to the mayor, I write a memo, but I get my work done. But it takes 5 days, leg work, doing what you said, that you promised your citizens to do. With the exception, all of us have done it. My former president has done it. I have done it here. As far as an amendment to a budget that has come before us, that's something for one particular reason, emergency, or it was right at hand and could not wait for the time. It's one of the things I can tell you when we through, Mr. President. One of the things that this council does since 2004, to the most part, is procrastinate. If you go back and look at all this rigmarole that happens here every week, and just like I said to the president, I will not attend more pre-council, because pre-council is where to say prepare for to come out here to vote on what you're supposed to have and not grandstand. But this is nothing new. I want the citizens to understand. It is nothing new. I have voted for one like this before. Mr. Ephraim has done something. And I can't say about now, I can't remember because she says no all the time. If we have taken the time we've been in the guidance of business since 2000, if we haven't expended as much energy in doing the work that we're supposed to do, be about business in a professional way, then you know what? You would have been seeing this city here shining. All of you will have to pay for it. But I have done it before, and yes, I vote for it. I vote for the amendment. I say remove number 1 off of it. And I will say to the mayor, if it did not do according to, because I did ask the attorney, was it all right? He told me yes. Otherwise, one thing I look for, whether it's legal, whether it's right, and everybody can do it wrong sometimes. That's to be corrected. If it's good for the citizen employees, I will support it as long as it is done.
Yes, you are correct. I have not supported any of his budgets. You are correct. But you did say a lot of other regular things, so I'm not going to address that.
That's fine.
But the reason that I have not supported any of the mayor's budget is because of the same reason here. We have not had good budgets prepared, in my opinion, in the last 5 years. We have budget amendments. This council, including Ms. Edwards, have covered up the fact that you misappropriate funds all the time. So, and then cover the fact that you have unauthorized expenditures, then you come back to the council, and then you want us to fix the problem. My position all along there has been, just let us know up front. Don't have us coming in to try to change it. Everyone's had that time. I can't take no more. But what I'm saying, just like I told you last week, and it's in the minutes, because I'm not upset to go back and forth with any council people, it's in the minutes. It's in the minutes, and I told you that I will support some of these budget amendments that you're trying to do. But I would not support budget reserve. Because next month, what if the fire department has a problem? We've expended all of our budget reserve. So no, I don't care if it's 4 people against 1. If I feel that that is not the right thing to do, I'm not gonna do it because someone's trying to put pressure on me to do it. If I have to stand 4 to 1, thank you, Ms. Evans, for pointing that out for us. I would do that. I have no problem with being here saying, listen guys, something is wrong with this. We should not be doing this. We don't have this kind of money in the budget. Why are we projecting everything on the high side when our revenues are not on the high side? If I have to stand alone and do that, I will continue to do that. I told you last week, I have to find some areas to cut. You haven't done anything. So now you want to make it seem like no one is trying to help you. But I've been trying to help you all along. No, I'm not gonna let that cover your expenditures and unauthorized expenditures. I'm not gonna do it. I didn't do it in 2009, like the college did. I'm not gonna do it now.
But I guarantee you, that's a blessing, because I can go and you can look at every audit since I've been the manager. Since I've been the independent audit that was done in this city that we do every year, and you would never find that this finance director that's been working for me or any other one, normally have done that. And I said, y'all can say what you want to, but I have the record behind me.
That's what we're doing. I do want the public to understand one thing. I don't cover up for nobody. I'm not in no group. I don't get on the side to tell each other, like I do have some up here do, what to do, what to say, what to go. All right. I don't owe nobody nothing. Nothing. And as far as the budget is concerned, this budget comes to the council. And what you see is now happening in budget meeting, you don't get anyway. You don't get anyway. What you see the rhetoric, what you see that is back there, the same thing is brought here. So this is why work cannot be done. All right. Anytime you got an ulterior motive, to why and how come you can't make decisions, and not only that, if you want your city dissolved, tell me, how do you expect if you want anything positive to happen to you? All right.
Nigga, step down.
I do my work, and I am not. That is a lie. I cover up for no one. I have a mind of my own, not like someone that gets together with a group of people and they plot how they get up here and do this council meeting. All right. I do my own. Yeah. All right, thank you.
That's all. Vote for nothing you don't need to be up there.
Next time.
I need a motion to approve the ordinance declaring certain real property not needed for public or municipal purpose, and authorizing the use of same to restoration of oil and gas.
I've been in communication with Reverend John in this situation. He is still in arrears for $19,000 for the city. And before we pass this, we need to figure out how he's gonna bring in her. And he's well aware of it. So I'd like to hold this over for 1 minute. So moved. Second. 1 minute.
Park and Recreation to use Prichard Stadium on July 10th, 2012, from 12 o'clock noon to 5 o'clock p.m. for a football camp. So moved.
Second.
I need a correspondence to Councilwoman Early One Harris on the update of the city bankruptcy process.
As you know, we won the, attorney courtroom, and the, federal judge managed it back. But in the update, I would ask, any of the council members that if you would, I hadn't talked to Scott Williams, if you feel free to contact him at any time, in reference to it. Scott Williams was the lawyer that was handling the case. So if you feel free to contact him.
Is he gonna still be our attorney going into this? Oh, we have 5 bankruptcy, or, I'm just trying to get a feel for exactly where we are. I know we have a
Well,
period.
the thing is going out, and because of the appeal, is actually going back. Now, another plan has to be found, if there's another plan for the legal ramification, now actually call Scott Williams.
Can you have him come here to address the council, if he's still gonna represent us, like maybe what David said? Because, I mean, it's hard, all 5 of us don't need to really be talking to him separately, because we may get information. So, is it our intentions to move forward with this bankruptcy, or, I mean, you've been working with it a long enough, so I'm asking you some questions that's probably not legal questions, just trying to get a feel for what we are.
I'm not sure how we're going to proceed at this time. Because, as I said from the beginning, this bankruptcy protection was only filed because of the sake of the lawsuits that were put on the city by 10 years. And since then, we have had some resolution with Tyree, and I think they had a pension board meeting, and council meeting with the chairperson. I don't know how y'all meeting, y'all, you're the pension board, so I don't know how y'all meet.
It had nothing to do with bankruptcy.
But I mean, it had to do with the pension, with the current employees.
We're current employees, not retirees.
It had current employees. So it really depends on where we are with current employees and how we proceed with that. To decide whether it would be necessary to even go back, because as I said, from day one, if we didn't have to have the burden placed on us that the default of the pension plan, that when the lawsuits came to the city. Now, I still ask that, and everybody know what happened to the pension plan. The money ran out, there were bad investments in the plan, and we lost all this money. And I was on the pension board. But it happened. But I guarantee you, I didn't miss a payment from what these employees, 5.5% that we took out and put in there, and it 10.5% back. Now, one payment was missed on my watch, but it is what it is. But I'm always fine with protecting the city, and that's why I was filed. And if we get the pension squared away, we won't have the issue. That we need to get rid of these issues. We got 2 issues in this city, and always been plaguing us. It's the pension and the water board. And when we get these issues behind us, we can move forward.
Okay, so we can contact Mr. Williams and asking him to come next week, or, I mean, because if we have to go to court on May, on June 12th, don't we have to have a direction to you?
I can imagine, I'm quite sure all we gotta do is put him to come. And next Thursday will be fine, I got him to come next Thursday. That's if you don't have, in court.
So the 12th is all about just the hearing.
The 12th is, as far as I read, I ain't talked to him this week.
Okay,
The information all looked at in there, it said the same thing, that it would be a status hearing.
okay.
So, I mean, that's all I can tell you. I mean, you can see the same information.
Right.
It's a status hearing.
For us to let the
It's a
judge
status
know.
hearing. I had talked to her, she asked me, well, no, I let's call an attorney who can answer all those legal questions, or wait till he comes, he can answer them. I'm not saying that you can. I can't interpret it no different.
That's good, thank you.
This is item for the, council conference. I need a motion to approve the minutes of May 10, 2012 with necessary corrections. Every day you have a report.
All the report I have is I just hope that, y'all will reconsider so we can keep these police officers out on the street. And reconsider this budget. And, it's important.